To me, it's like all about building this experience to go with this treasure, this moment in your life that you got this, right? Whether or not you flip it, that's another story. But,
Time, space, collecting. A multiverse of stories shaped by the choices we make. We are your guides across the Marvelverse, exploring everything from the MCU to cards and collectibles. Because every piece we collect tells a story. The question is, what does yours say about you?
Yo, yo, yo! What is up, everybody? Welcome into Across the Marvelverse. Today we have a very special episode. We have none other than David, Duke Comic Art, on the show. Welcome in, my friend.
Hello, everyone.
Dude, so excited you're here. This is a true honor. If you are not familiar with David, I'd imagine most people watching are, but if you are not familiar with David, phenomenal artist, tons of published work, Tops, Upper Deck, all the cards we love. You've worked for these companies and produced just amazing things that we get to enjoy. So David, thank you and welcome.
Yeah, no problem. I don't mind. I love doing these things.
Yeah,
it's
man.
My only social interactions, really, because I'm stuck in my little cave drawing all the time. It's the only time I get to talk to people.
That's fun. And you know what's funny is I'm like super introverted, actually, and people never expect that because I'm always, before this podcast, I ran a Dragon Ball podcast for a while. Now I do this one. And I'm like, no, I don't, I don't socialize a lot either. I get most of my social interaction here. So we're the same there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is crazy. And believe it, I used to be a teacher as well. And it was like, I would teach to like in a college profession.
Okay.
And I'd be like, I'm animated, I'm excited, and they all kind of saw me as this extrovert, and
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then, but it's like after the class, it's like I need like 6 hours to like.
Yes, don't bother me. I need my alone time. Yep.
Yeah, it's like yeah. Anyways.
Exactly. No, I'm with you. And it's funny because my wife, she's a teacher, and she's also the same way. So when we come home, we're like, okay, we both have our nice quiet time. It works.
So
it works.
We are kindred spirits in that sense because my wife is a teacher as well. So there you go.
Funny. Well, hey man, we got a fun episode today. Listeners, if you're here, thank you so much. If you can, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. You know what to do. We're going to be talking all about you, David. We're going to talk about your career, your art, all the amazing things you do. And yeah, I'm excited to hop into it, which kind of leads me to my first question here. Can you just share how you got started with this? Like, how did being a professional artist come to be for you?
Okay, well, first of all, professional, I don't know. It's also like
professional to me,
and artist are like cringe words to me because I feel like it's that imposter syndrome, right? Like that's not me,
Oh my gosh.
This is just as a hobby. I do this on the side, right?
Oh, stop, dude. When you all see David's art, if you haven't seen it, you're going to be like, what is he talking about? It's next level, dude.
Well, okay. So to clarify, like, I do have a day job, so it technically still is like a side hustle, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But, and the thing is, I'm really late to the game, gang. Like, I am so late to this game. Like, people have been doing this stuff forever, and I'm really fresh in terms of the card market, for example, right? I didn't even table at cons or anything. But I started to. And what I found was I was drawing sketch covers, right? And trying to sell them. And I don't know if it's different in the United States versus Canada, but it's like nobody was really buying because nobody wants to spend that much money on a sketch cover, right? They don't want to spend it. And even then I was like, oh, $50 for this or something, just a small amount. And that's 50 Canadian. So I don't know if that's like $3 American. I don't know, but you know what I mean? So then I started thinking like, I need a smaller price point thing. So I thought, oh, look at all these cards that people are drawing, like trading cards, right? And I was like, okay, I could start doing that. I can do a bunch of those and there'll be a cheaper price point for people to buy. And
okay.
So that's essentially how I kind of just started doing it. But again, it was like, yep, nobody buys original art Canada for some reason, or they just didn't like me. I don't know. Every con I did, it was like I lost money at every single one I've done.
Really?
Yeah,
No kidding.
and so I've always been like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with cons. I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. I don't blame you. So then all of a sudden it go from that to working with some of these huge companies?
Okay, so there is a website called comicbookresources.com. Do you know of that site?
No, I've never been there.
Okay, so it's basically a comic book kind of information site. They post news and stuff like that. But they have a segment there that was called "The Line It Is Drawn." So what it was weekly. The author Brian, and oh my god, I'm going to say his last name wrong. Just don't worry, I won't say his last name at all. But people will know who I'm talking about.
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, that's right, Brian.
Okay, so he's the author of it, and basically what it is, it'd be like each week he'd give a theme out, right? Basically, crossover, mishmash, this or whatever, and he would let people answer back then on Twitter their replies, and he would collect these replies of ideas, and then he would send these ideas in a mass email to a group of artists, and there's a whole bunch of us. Now we're doing this all for free. So, for example, like something would be like, oh, draw Freddy Krueger fighting Wolverine, right?
Okay. Okay.
Which is one that I did. So we have all these suggestions. We can pick a suggestion. Once we pick a suggestion, we let people know. We draw it for the next week, and it goes up into the article, right? This article called "The Line It Is Drawn." So like I'd have like Wolverine fighting Freddy Krueger, and it's like something like Freddy Krueger would be like, only in your dreams, bub, or something. I don't know. You put some funny caption with
Sure.
it, whatever. But one of the artists reached out to Brian, and Brian sent out an email saying, "Hey, Upper Deck is looking for artists to draw Marvel cards. If anybody's interested, here's the contact. Email them, and see how it goes." So I did that. A year went by. An entire year went by before I heard something.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I finally heard something, and it was from Matt Dumford. Does people know does everybody know who Matt is? I'm sure everybody does.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's awesome. If you haven't seen him, he's for sure on Love on this Spectrum. You'll see him in an episode. It was hilarious. But the thing is that so he reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you want to draw?" And I'm like, "Wow, yeah, I've been waiting like a year." It's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, I applied kind of like shot an email. It's like, but he's like, we kind of figured out he found me just through social media. He saw my stuff and then he reached out to me. So,
are you kidding? So he never even saw the application that you put in?
Yeah, well, it wasn't really an application. It was like dry emails, I guess. Who knows? It could have went to his spam.
That's what I was gonna say. It probably sit in his junk box.
And that's one thing I've always had a problem with. And that I'm going to talk about this. Because my name is David Duke, right? This is a problem because there is a lot of spam filters with that name. Because there's a very notorious person in the United States named David Duke, and I don't know if you're familiar with who he is.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's a stigma. So there is like filters that keep people from seeing stuff.
Wow.
So that's why whenever I started doing the sets, I'm like, I either got to make up a nickname or I'm just going to go by my last name. So I settled on just doing my last name, and that's it, right? So if people ever wonder why, it's like, why you just use Duke, Now, I think Duke sounds kind of cheesy, but whatever.
No, it makes sense. I would have never thought of like the implications of that, where it would hide things too. But it's funny you say. I mean, not funny that, but a friend of mine was like, "You have David Duke on your show." I was like,
yes,
because he's a buddy of mine. He's not into Marvel, he's not into art or anything like that. So he just knows I run this podcast, and he was like, "Who did you say is on your show?"
It's not that kind of show.
Yeah, no. I swear, this is an amazing person.
But yeah, no, it's in the same thing. Even with like spam filters for emails, it's also algorithms too. So
right,
if you look at my social following, people are always shocked that I have such small amount. I have a very small amount of following compared to other people. And I really believe that a lot of that is contributed to the fact that, like, I think I'm doing everything the same way other people are doing, but I think it's really boils down to possibly my name, possibly because I'm Canadian. I don't know, but I don't get the reach that other people do.
Wow.
But anyways,
that's a shame. Well, it's got to come, man. The quality of your work is just it's top tier work, man. Like the sketch cards that you do are truly different than a lot of other sketch cards. I see the detail and work you put into them, and you do a lot with the community. Like I believe I had seen some of your work, but I wasn't super familiar with it. And then I had saw you were posting in the groups, and I think you do a thing, right? If someone pulls your card and they reach out to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to tell you a bit about that history.
Okay.
About that. It's kind of interesting. So these are,
Oh boy, show and tell.
what these are envelopes, but they're all full of sets, right?
Okay.
So I have to be careful because some aren't released. I need to grab one that's not.
If one falls out, I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. So when I started drawing cards, one thing I wanted to respect was the fact that people like to keep their cards pristine, right?
Absolutely.
Flawless as possible.
Sure.
So when I would draw cards, like when I first started drawing myself, I was drawing on the card and I noticed that there's a lot of process of, oh no, let's move the arm this way. Oh no, let's move the hand this way. So you're erasing and every time you're doing something, you're damaging the card more and more and more. Now, granted, a sketch card, original sketch card, is always going to have a lot of flaws, like ink bleed through or whatever.
Sure.
But my idea was I want to keep the card, try to keep it as pristine as possible, right? So what I would do is, let me just grab something. Sure, Sabretooth sounds good. What I would do is I would cut out pieces of paper and I would just sketch them on these little pieces of paper, right?
Okay. Okay.
They're just the same size as the
Yeah.
card. So when I did my pencil drawing, I would take the back, and this is an old artist trick, and you shade the back with pencil, right?
Okay.
And then you just simply you take some green painter's tape or whatever, and you would tape it down to the card, and then you take an ink pen, right? Anything with a and you draw that, and what it ends up doing, and I'll show you with because I just kind of did this one to see
Yeah.
if it's
Oh wow.
it will transfers
it right over. Yeah.
Right? It's just a
Yeah.
light pencil that goes over.
Huh.
So then I had these things and I go scrunch and throw them in the garbage, right?
Yeah.
And I would draw live sometimes and somebody had like won a commission or whatever and I was drawing and I was about to throw this out and he's like, "Can I have this too?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? I was just going to throw it in the garbage."
I thought it was trash.
So, so I would sit there and take them and go, okay. So my first set that I actually did that was Marvel was Metal Avengers. So all of those went in the garbage. So I started keeping these, and then I thought, you know what? When I publish, like when the set is released, I like to do like a card a day. I want to spread out that amount of exposure to give, each card its own kind of hero kind of position as well. But and every time I say it, like I'm saying, if you pull this card, send me proof. And unfortunately, I do have to say that, like send proof because there are people in the industry that are, and if you send me proof, I will mail this to you for free, right? It doesn't even matter. Like I've mailed it even to China, like
that is so cool.
And it's something that can go with their collection. And I thought this serves me as well because it makes the collectors reach out to me personally. So I make a connection. Then I possibly might get a follower. I might get more commissions, even though my commissions are closed, but down the road, all kinds of things. This is great and building like a connection with someone, right?
I can tell you that makes the difference. I mean, when I saw that, I already enjoyed your work. I was somewhat familiar with your work, but when I saw that, that's what really made me want to dive into your stuff and really made me pay attention more to what you were doing. And yeah, it makes a huge difference for us as collectors. That's a big deal. So that's so cool of you, man. Thank you for doing that.
No problem. So I think about it as the experience, right? Because as low as we get paid to do these cards for the sets, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm obviously not doing it for the money,
Right.
There is, it does, it's, I'll just shut my mouth now. Anyways, but I just think the biggest moment for me is every time there is an actual recording of that live pull, right? And when people send them to me, I immediately will create a video with it and put it out there because that is the biggest thing. So I look at that experience when they pull that card and then I get to sit there and connect with the person who actually won the card. So it might be a breaker or whatever. And I'll reach out to the breaker to see if I can get their contact information or whatever. But also when I get to do that, I record like at least I try to. I would try to record every single card that I draw, right? So even though there are going to be time lapse, the longer versions are 10 minutes long. That can also accompany your card that you've pulled. It's like not only do you get the card, not only did you contact me, you got this preliminary sketch, but you can also have a video of it being created. Like to me, it's like all about building this experience to go with this treasure, this moment in your life that you got this, right? Whether or not you flip it, that's another story. But
Yeah.
because I have seen just this, like for example, for sale on eBay now.
No. Oh
Yeah,
man, I would. Mm.
without a card,
Hey, I
right?
guess it's their stuff to do what they want, but man, that
It is.
is I don't know. That's just too cool of a thing. Like that's something I would treasure. I want to hold on to that forever. Like that's
Yeah,
so cool. Like you were saying, it builds this whole experience and you're a part of it. Like why would you want to give that up?
yeah, you know. But that being said, so that's kind of like my process in a sense, and what I try to do with things. Shh, Oliver, be quiet.
Hey, Oliver can come on. He might have some things to say.
Yeah, he does. He's very vocal, sadly.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that's kind of what I do. And like I said, my first published set from Marvel was Metal Avengers, right? So that was August, not this August, the August the year before.
Yeah.
So it's not that long. So when I entered and finally got into the industry, it's just like I did a bunch of sets for Upper Deck. I think two were published, three were canceled, and
Wow. So had
all
you already
those cards.
completed the work on those canceled sets?
Yeah, yeah, they paid us, which is good, but all that original art was destroyed.
No.
So,
Oh my gosh.
and I was just like,
That had to be
man,
heartbreaking.
it was because like when I did Metal Avengers, it was like crappy because I was like, it's like I kind of got in at the last minute and they're like, okay, you got to do like X amount of cards in this many days. I'm like, okay. I
Squiggle,
didn't
squiggle
put
next.
Yeah, I didn't put the effort that I want to put into them, right? I was lucky though, like when I did hear that the license was changing, I was preemptive and I reached out to Tops as soon as I could and I got in touch with them. And I was very fortunate because their very first their set that they did was X-Men, right? 97.
Yep.
And the fact that I got in, when I realized later that I think there was like maybe 20 artists for that set,
Very
which is a
few. Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, wow, I made this cut, you know, in a sense. And I was very, very surprised. And I was also surprised because I believe I drew those like in like January and the set came out like I think February or I think, you know,
Holy crap.
like
Okay.
I forget when it came out, but it was like maybe 2 months. And with Upper Deck, I was used to like I drew this a year ago, and now it's finally being released.
That's more what I would expect. Yeah. That's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
so I was like, "Holy cow!" I mean, but I think they just wanted to get something out of the gate real fast, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then when I started seeing how much those cards were selling for on eBay, I was like, "Holy cow!" But I was like, "All right." The reason why they're selling so high is because there's less sketch cards than probably normal because of the sheer amount of artists that were on the set. But I mean, Topps' sketch card value, it actually has kind of skyrocketed, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. The top sketch cards really have gone up. I think for a lot of reasons. I think it brings in like a whole other sector of the market into Marvel cards that we're not used to being in Marvel cards. And I think that naturally is putting a higher value on it. They market them more as one of ones, which I mean, really they are, right? It's original art,
Yeah.
it's one of one. But I don't think that Upper Deck really pushed that as much as Topps does. So I think for people who may not be as familiar, it's easier when they see the top sketch card to be like, oh, this is valuable, right? With the
Oh
Upper
yeah.
Deck, I think people pull it if they don't know, they're like, oh, I don't know what this is, you know? So
Mhm.
I think it's a little easier for people to understand. And then I think just the way the market has gone, it's been on this kind of tick upward and you're seeing just the market in general change, how people buy cards, interact with, how they enter breaks and things like that. There's a lot of things changing in the card world. And I think it was almost like the perfect storm for the value to skyrocket. It kind of got hit at each angle. And then boom, here we are with Topps. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, they have people like you, and you're doing this incredible work on the cards. I mean, when I pull your cards, man, like I'm telling you, when I look at your cards, it doesn't look like what I'm used to with a sketch card. And that's not a knock on any other artist. I love
No.
sketch cards, and I have, I'm building my own little collection. I wouldn't say it's big at all. It's still very small, but yeah, I don't know. Yours are special. You can tell you put a lot of work into them, and it really looks like a final product that you're getting with your sketch cards. And with tops,
Yeah.
that's what people started with. They started with this high level quality. So I think
Hmm.
I think that helped it as well.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I don't want to knock any sketch card artists either, but I mean, for the amount of money that you're being paid, that's the amount of
Right.
quality that you should be getting, right? And you know, and that and that's a fair amount, the way that most cards used to be drawn. But everybody's kind of up their game now.
Yep.
And I look at it too. It's like the price is what they pay. It's like if you don't like it, you're not going to get anything more. You can't bargain and get more for your
Yeah.
value, even though maybe your name will make certain people buy a set that they wouldn't have bought before, because like easily they can go, yep, we have like this huge lineup of people that are just dying to draw these cards. We don't need you. You can just move right on, right? But
Hmm.
some people would do it for free, I'm sure, or whatever,
Sure, just to get their name out there. But it's a great point. When the pay is certainly going to reflect the work, and that's I
Yeah.
yeah. I don't want to say too
And
much, but
no, and like really, it's like there might come a point in my life too where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to bother doing this much effort anymore for this amount of money,
well,
right?
we can see the effort you're putting into it, right? And it's not, and I think for all the reasons you've said, right, it's not as common that you see as many sketch cards with as much effort into them.
Mhm.
Nothing to do with skill or anything of another artist. It's just you can tell you're putting a lot of time into these cards, and we really appreciate that.
2 hours usually on average, just so you know.
You just blew my mind. I cannot believe that you're doing those in two. Wow.
Usually around 2 hours is what I'll spend. Yeah.
Man, that is nuts. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I want to dive more into your story and a lot more about some of your approaches to your artwork. Before we get too deep into it, though, I want to switch and talk about some news. And actually, you also are going to do something special on this show that we've never done before. You're going to draw something while we're chatting.
Yeah. If I finish, I finish. If I don't, I don't. But so why don't you start and
Okay,
I'll
cool.
maneuver my camera around and see if
Awesome.
this works.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's hit the drop.
The Watchers Report.
All right. So while David gets set up for his drawing here, I'm just going to jump into some Marvel news that's coming out this week. There's only one comic I wanted to share. Funny enough, every week we've been loaded with comics and comics and comics. This week seems to be a little more quiet. So, and of course, tomorrow maybe that all changes. I tend to, by the way, if you don't know, and this is not a sponsored ad or anything. This is just an app I use. I use Key Collector, and I genuinely will just go in and see what the new comics are for the upcoming week. And right now, there's no new ones from what we've already talked about that have popped up. But I did want to mention Ultimate X-Men number 21. It has this beautiful Peach Momoko cover that you can pick up. Ultimate is coming to an end. Yeah, dude, it's such a nice cover. I love her work. And if you are into the Ultimate storyline, that you have to pick this up because it is all getting ready to come to a head and close. There are some variant covers that you can pick up as well. All wonderful. I really like this one. This is by Lu Xiaotong, I believe is how you
The
say her name.
lighting on that.
I
It's
know,
gorgeous.
right? It's
Yeah.
so cool. I'm a sucker for lighting like that, especially. And she just did such a good job how it comes in from behind. Yeah,
Mhm.
really, really cool. And some of the other variants are cool too. Like I really love this one. This is another one by Peach, and I think this is probably one that people will chase a little more.
Mhm.
But yeah, wonderful art for this cover here. Definitely would pick that up if you're an X-Men fan or just a fan of the Ultimate series. Other than that, there were no new comics coming out this week. I did want to share some that are coming out in the future over the upcoming year. The first is Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon. We got some new news about the series that's dropping. First of all, the cover. That's nuts. You got Wolverine holding Cap's shield. I mean,
Yeah.
that just already is drawing me into it. The cover is done by Lionel Francis Yu, who's been just crushing cover artwork really this whole year. His work's been phenomenal. And if you are a Captain America fan or a Wolverine fan, I'd imagine that this is a must read. And from everything I'm seeing, Marvel is trying to work this up to be one of their next big series. I don't entirely know what that all means, but I've read now from multiple news outlets that they're really trying to build some hype around this comic run. So it is, again, Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon #1. I would certainly check it out. Looks like they're going to have some variant covers, one of them by In-Hyuk Lee, who, again, I'm a big fan of his work. He does a lot of work for Marvel Snap as well, which I've been really getting back into playing Marvel Snap. Probably too much. My wife was making fun of me this morning for how much I've been playing this week. So, yeah, we were in the car and I was like, I don't remember what I said. I said something. Oh, I was just joking around. I was like, hey, look at this. Isn't this impressive? And she was like, I don't know how to feel about this.
Oh.
Now, moving on to Sorcerer Supreme. I am excited for this. I'm a huge Scarlet Witch fan, as most people know. And
I know.
it looks like she is going to be the new Sorceress Supreme. And we have a new run that's dropping. The first one, I believe, drops on December 31st. That's what it says here. But as you know, sometimes those dates can change. Steve Orlando is writing it, which is awesome. When I think of modern Scarlet Witch, I think of Steve Orlando. And the cover art, man, just is nuts. You've got Russell Dauterman doing some of the art here. He's just like Russell Dauterman, Steve Orlando. That is modern day Scarlet Witch pretty much. They have really taken that character and just ran with it. So I'm really excited. I'm trying not to read much of the descriptions or teasers because I don't want to know any spoilers about the series. But yeah, I picked up quite a few of these comics on pre-order from my local comic book shop, and I'm very excited to get them in. Moving on, another one to just talk about is Agatha Harkness, Fall of the Coven. Another pretty neat thing here. And I believe this is a novel, actually, that's dropping. So it's not, it's not like your traditional comic book. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Here it says, read an exclusive excerpt from the upcoming novel before it hits bookshelves on May 5th, 2026. So, yeah, we're going to get, and it goes back, I guess, to the 1690s when she's first joining the Coven and she gets her hands on the Darkhold. So that should be really neat. We've got it's written by Sarah Shepard. It's going to be 320 pages. MSRP is only $19.99. That's a pretty solid deal for 320 pages there. And yeah, from everything I've seen, this looks like it's going to be really fun. If you are an Agatha Harkness fan, I would certainly pick this up. She's a character that I've really been wanting to dive more into. Obviously, a lot of ties to Wanda. So this might be the start of it for me. I might start with this book. All right. And then the last thing for comic book news, we have Deadly Hands of Kunlun #1. That is dropping. I forget the date. Let me see if I can find it really quick. April 2026, it looks like this is going to come out. And it says, as the 7 heavenly cities fall to demonic invaders, Lynn must unite unlikely allies, including Elektra, White Tiger, White Fox, Pei, Karnak, and Fu, to stand against the oncoming darkness. So if you're an Iron Fist fan and all of the things that come along with it, I'd imagine that this is going to be a really fun read for you.
Elektra's mine. So.
Oh, is it?
They have me at Elektra. I love her. But anyways.
So who is your favorite character? Is it Elektra?
No, it's not my favorite character. My favorite character is definitely Dr. Doom. But
nice. Elektra's up there though.
Yeah, she's one of them.
That's awesome. All right, moving on from comic book news, Marvel Snap news. I'm back into Snap. I took a little bit of a hiatus because I was really upset because I thought there was going to be this massive regional tournament, and there was. But when I think of a big regional tournament for a competitive card game, I'm thinking like huge prizing, things that you need to like get ready for, and you're going to compete, and then you're going to get invites to the next tournament. And they had some of that, but the prizing was just so lackluster. And I believe a big reason is because the tournament was free to play, all free to join. So I get it. It doesn't need to be crazy. But yeah, I was just hoping for some better prizing, so it didn't make me want to try to grind and lose hours of sleep to prepare and play and all the things that go along with it. So I was a little upset, not going to lie. The competitive side of me just wanted that huge, just gnarly competitive competition. But I'm back in. It always draws me back in, no matter how many times I try to stop. I've accepted that I will be losing money every month until they just stop making this a game. But there is a new season, Arachnid Anarchy. So if you are a Spider-Man fan, it's pretty fun. There are some crazy combos you can do with the new card. If you are a fan of the game, maybe you've taken a break and you really liked the old school, like Wong into Black Panther into Arnim Zola, you are going to love this season because it is everywhere. And if you don't love it, there's plenty of counters. So the game actually feels very healthy right now. It feels very fun. You can play a lot of different decks. Just a tip, if you are not going to play that deck, a lot of people are on the ladder. So I would definitely run Shadow King, because Shadow King will set the card's power back to 0. And if not, I mean, this deck will just blow you out the water as long as they draw their combo. So Shadow King, I would definitely try and get that if you don't have it. It makes this season much smoother. Shang-Chi is also another great card to run. It's just that they have 2 characters over 10 power. It loses a little bit of its, I don't know, makes it a little tougher than it used to be. It used to blow everything up. Now it's just 1 card. So Shadow King, though, whew, it is great. And then one last thing for Marvel Snap, they have a Forge variant that you can claim for free. So if you put in code NAHM2025 on the shop.marvelsnap.com store, you can get a free Forge variant. So definitely, anytime there's free stuff, why would you not get it if you play the game? So definitely jump in there. But yeah, I really enjoy the game. I've been playing a deck it's a Cerebro deck, and it's C4. So all the cards are 4 power, and I am having so much fun with it. I think it's mainly because it runs Zombie Scarlet Witch. So anytime there's a deck that runs any Scarlet Witch card, I'm like, ooh, shiny, I want to do it. So yeah, that's been really fun. But if you run that deck, I will say it's very easy to get most of the cards for. You don't have to have Zombie Scarlet Witch. And you can run, my favorite thing to do right now is run Invisible Woman. And with Invisible Woman, put Shadow King on that lane. And then you get people snapping to go for 8 cubes. And then you just Shadow King their big their whatever they got going on. Spider-Man, whatever they Shuried or their Taskmaster, whatever they buffed up, you just win. And I've been stealing a lot of 8 cube games off people that way. So fun stuff. And I think that's it for the news. So we are going to, I know usually I have these massive news segments with like a million things, and there just was like no real big news this week.
Now I know I've listened to yours, and I'm like, found out things that I wasn't aware of. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. I want to check that out.
Yeah, I know. I usually have to do like a ton of prep, and I was doing more time just searching for something to talk about. I was like, there's got to be something I'm missing, but no, there really wasn't much. But before we get into today's main topic, I do have some new pickups to share. So we're going to get right into it.
The Collector's Hall.
Okay. So I don't have much to share this week, but it is pretty big. I got a commission in, and I'm very excited to share this. So I've already posted one of them on my Instagram. So I'm going to share that one first because some people may have already seen it. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, hold on. Before I do, we need to check on what you're doing, because listeners probably have not been able to see this like I have. So I'm going to make you go full screen. Okay.
Before you get into your pickup, I'll just go through things real quick. Right now, all I'm doing is a light background. I'm doing like what you like call soft Boku effect. Like, when you're like driving and things are slightly blurry and it's rainy, I'm just doing something like that. And I usually always try to do the backgrounds first because it helps set the tone and the mood for the character for me.
Interesting. Okay. Very cool.
Enough about me. I can talk about that later. I want to see the pickups.
All right. We're going to come back to you though, for sure. But okay. So this is a commission that I picked up from Idan. If you aren't familiar with Idan's art, I'm a really big fan of his stuff. And he not only has done some work with Marvel and Upper Deck, I believe his most recent set he worked on was Marvel Renditions, but he's also a big Dragon Ball fan. So in the past, he had done these collaborations where he worked with this other artist. His name is Yasir, and Yasir would do the pencils and inks, and then Idan would color it. And Yasir actually also did a collaboration with Bella Rashlan doing the same thing. Yeah, yes, phenomenal. And but yeah, they did all these Dragon Ball mashups, and each one has two characters where half of the artwork is one half of their head, and then it's the other character's head, like kind of mixed together, which you'll see in a second. And I had missed the one I really wanted when they posted it, and I was like, oh, it was so cool. It was this SS3 Goku with, I think it was with Kid Buu, and I was talking to him, and he had another one available that was really cool, and I still may pick it up one day because it is still available if it's there. But I was like, man, I really wanted that one, but my favorite character is Oob. And he was like, oh, well, I can make you one. And I was like, oh, okay. So we started talking and decided to do a Goku and Oob mashup. And the only thing was he was like, hey, Yasir is booked, so I can't do it as a collaboration. But he said, I'll try. He said, I've never done one of these, the whole thing just me. But he was like, if you want, I'll do it. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And here it is. The Goku Oob mashup. And I'll try and get it close to the screen here so people can see it good.
And I think I did see this. You're right. So good.
Oh my gosh, bro. I was so happy. I'm definitely going to get this frame. It's going to go up on the wall. And now I'm scared because I kind of want to get more in this style because he has two more available that he's already done. And Bella has one available that she's already done. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I could get like a little wall going of these Dragon Ball mashups. So I might be in trouble. I don't know. But yeah, was really excited to pick this up. Idan, thank you. And I also, of course, had to get a Scarlet Witch from him if I was going to get work from him done. So I also asked if he would do a Scarlet Witch sketch card. And I have not shown this one off yet. So here it is, the Scarlet Witch sketch card that he did for me. Yeah, definitely. Check it out.
So good. I love their coloring. Him and Bella and
it's similar, right? They do the same. They do a similar style. Now, I'm not artistic at all, so you'll have to excuse me throughout this whole episode. I will not use correct terminology. So please excuse my ignorance. But yeah,
many of us artists make up our own terms too, so don't worry.
Okay, cool. But yeah, dude, it's just, man, and the eyes, like the white out eyes, they sometimes can look not great, but the way both Idan and Bella do them, oh my god, I'm like a sucker for them, dude. They look so good. So Idan, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. I'm sure that won't be the last time that I pick some things up from you. He was also so kind to send me a few prints that he hand signed himself. So I'll just share those real quick. We've got this awesome Deadpool he did holding the Infinity Gauntlet, and he signed it there at the bottom. We've got this Wolverine that is really neat. Pretty cool Wolverine. Nice. And then we've got the Spidey girls here. So pretty cool. So anyways, that was it though. I don't have any other oh, you know what? I do have one more pickup to share and I haven't even opened it. Should I open it now?
Yeah, do it live.
Okay. I've never done this, so let's see how I can get it done. Of course, it's
drum roll and all that.
Yeah, it might be a while because this thing is taped real good. Real good. There's a lot of tape on this thing. I had a friend of mine from Dragon Ball, and he'd always get so mad because I'd use Scotch tape, and I know people like you to use like electrical tape, the blue tape, on the top loaders, which I should do, but I just never have it handy. I always have the Scotch tape, and I'm like, look, man, my job's to get you the card protected. The tape will never touch the card, but I was like, if the top loader gets ruined, I'm sorry. Maybe one day I'll be better.
I'm learning all this kind of stuff too, you know.
Yeah, it's Scotch tape so much easier. Okay. Oh, this is cool. Oh, okay. So this isn't anything too crazy, but I'll take it out of the top loader here to show. So this is from Marvel Premiere 2017. And I think they called these just busts. And it is like a totally die cut thing. And they did in the set.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So a nice little thing to add to the collection. So yeah, they did these for a bunch of characters in this set. And the bottom says, no one group owns Persecution Rogue. So I don't know. Someone will have to tell me the backstory on these cards. I don't know much about them. I just saw it was a card I needed for my collection and came up for a good price. So I snagged it.
The die cut alone costs a lot of money for them to produce, right? So
yeah, and the material, this is almost like I don't know what kind of material this is, but it reminds me almost like an MDF. Like it doesn't even feel like it's normal cardboard. So yeah, I'd be really curious to learn more about these. I'll have to reach out to some people and see what they know about these cards. But anyways, that is actually all my pickups now. So we're going to shift gears and talk more about you.
Today's focus.
All right, and before we do, let's see how this is coming along here. Oh my gosh! Since the last time you showed, like the whole background has filled in. That was quick. Wow. Okay.
Preliminary, that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Now, is this something that you're working on just for fun? Is it a commission? Is it?
It's not a commission per se, but I figured because tomorrow I'm doing the Whatnot Artist Ray Train. I don't know if people know what Whatnot is, but I'm sure most people do nowadays.
I think we do, but what I don't. But I know what whatnot is, but I don't know what a raid train is. So please share,
Okay,
so I know.
so I'm going to explain what the Ray Train is. Must have been over a year ago. There used to be a section on Whatnot. It was called comic art. There was like an actual section for like comic art.
Oh, okay.
Right. And they got rid of our section.
Oh,
They got rid of it. They got rid of the whole
what?
category.
Why?
Yep. We do not know. We do not know. I have some speculations. I'm not going to share them though, but I might privately to people if they ever want to know what my speculations are. But so last January, I think was when we first started this, is Whatnot has Ray Trains where sellers get together and they do Ray Trains, but this is our artist Ray Train. So what it is like someone will be on, I will be on drawing or whatever, not drawing even because we do it in really short spurts. We do it in 15-minute spurts. So I will have 15 minutes, right? And I will do, for example, I'll say, okay, this is what I'm doing for tomorrow. I'll be like, all right, we're going to auction off this Spider-Man sketch cover I drew.
Oh my
right?
gosh.
So we'll start that. You can see all the bleed through there.
Dude,
But,
that is awesome.
so I'll do that. We'll auction it off, and that might last like, a minute or two. And then I'll be like, okay, now we're going to auction off this Dr. Octopus sketch card.
Oh man.
Right. And then I'll be like, auction this one off.
There's the silk. Oh my. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this silk right here, dude.
Okay, we can talk about it, and I'll continue on about the read.
Yeah, I love this.
Right there.
This is beautiful.
I thought it was really nice because one thing I've never done is like that water effect on a window.
I was gonna say that's the coolest part. That I was literally just gonna comment on that. The water and then the way like the lights are blurred behind it, dude. Yeah. That's magnificent.
So now my 15 minutes were done, say on the artist Ray Train, and then we have a list, right? And it's like this artist is next. I send everybody in the room that is watching me to that artist show. They do the same thing. You get to see their art.
Okay.
It might be something completely different. It might not be comic books. It might be like nature art, for example.
Okay.
But it's their show spot is only 15 minutes. So even if you don't like it, just wait because you never know what's next, right? Next 15 minutes, like we just keep everybody from the room, and as people build and get in there, it kind of snowballs, right? You get more and more people, and it's our way to like help promote each other.
That's awesome. Oh, that's really cool.
So we do is every second Sunday of the month we do it. So
I need to tap into these. I have not been tuning in, and
it's hard because artists are the worst at promoting themselves. So it's just something. So that's why I was drawing this card per se, because I'm like, okay, well, I pick like this is just me. I pick a theme now for my Ray Trains. So this theme is Spider-Man this time. Awesome. So I wanted to. So anything to do with Spider-Man, I was going to do to keep it all kind of like a collection. And like I think the next one I already picked. I think I'm doing like Star Wars, for example. Right.
Very
just
cool.
to switch it up.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? Tomorrow is the day if I could squeeze out another card, it's another possibility that somebody might have something that they want,
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, that's so cool.
If anybody wants it, it's all right.
Yeah, no, that is really cool. Okay. And when is this going down?
It starts tomorrow.
And that's November 9th, right?
Yeah, you're going to be posting this probably after it's even happened.
No, you know what? We'll get this out. I'll make sure this is out in time so people know about your show. Okay. And so it is. What time does it start? Well, yeah, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang starts. Oh, I think it's 5:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
But let me just double check because I have a link here. Alendra B Squad starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're starting the Ray Train. So it's ELEYNDRA _ B Squad. Like if you go on Whatnot and you search that, they'll be the first one. Now, the other thing is you can just put down Artist Raid Train in the search, and it will start to show all the shows because we all put that in our title to help try and make it easy for people to find it, so people can jump in at any time if they haven't, already been.
Awesome.
But
Well, I'll make sure the links to are all in the show notes as well, so people can easily jump in there
yeah,
and tune in and hang out. That sounds like a really fun time.
so yeah, I guess I could kind of segue to Whatnot for a second.
Sure, let's do it.
I mean, I first saw Whatnot myself because Frank Cho posted about it. He was doing a show,
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh, sounds cool." Like it's kind of like if TikTok and eBay had a baby. This is what Whatnot is.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. Yes.
Okay, I can't take credit for that. The credit goes to Sean Cousineau. He's the owner of Rogues Gallery Comics here, my local comic book shop. But yeah, he said it that way, and it's stuck in my head forever.
Yeah, no, that's spot on.
It worked.
Yes.
So I was like, okay. So I'm like, I'm gonna get in on this because I could try and sell art,
Sure.
there, because I have horrible luck selling anything on eBay. Like nothing ever moves.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I'll try it. So I go and I download WhatsApp, which is the wrong app, and I could not figure out how to get WhatsApp. Just so you know,
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It took me a while to figure out that I had the completely wrong app, but I think it was around early September, would have been my second year anniversary and Whatnot. And so I've been only on it for 2 years, but I got to say, Whatnot is the best for artists. And I don't know why more artists are not on there, because it really, like, the community itself, the people are so nice. They're so good to the artists. It's great. You get to be a social, but you don't have to show your face, which is perfect for artists. They, because a lot of us are introverts, and it just, I don't know, it's just something that it really, I like. For me, it's like I make everything I've drawn has pretty much sold every
Wow,
single
that's awesome,
time.
man.
Like
Congrats.
I sell out every time.
That's amazing.
I think right now I have one piece that hasn't sold, but usually I know that that'll eventually sell. It won't take too long before it's, in somebody's hands.
Yeah.
But I just love it. And that being said, it's just that Whatnot has been a godsend, like, in a sense, because it's just like, it's so easy. It's so easy compared to cons, I'll say. You could just, if you have an inkling to sit there and just jump on and draw, you can just turn on your phone or your computer, go on and just start drawing, and you could sell that drawing right after you're done.
Yeah.
Like, people are watching.
That makes so much sense. And I'm actually mad at, because see, I like never use Whatnot. But see, my experience with Whatnot has been not with artists at all. It's been more occasionally I'll hop on and like enter a break for cards or something. But there's so much that goes on with like the breaking, and you got to make sure that like it's a reputable seller. And I don't know, like there's this huge like gambling aspect to it, and I'm like, I don't know. It kind of turned me off to it. So I usually will go on and like support some of my friends when they do it, and some of the guys that I know that I don't have to worry about. But it didn't even occur to me that like this is such a big deal for art. Like I've never tuned in to like an artist stream for Whatnot, and I need to. So I need to get back. I don't even know if I have it installed still, but I was on it a little bit for Marvel Rivals, and I actually haven't touched it since the Marvel Rivals drop, and I don't even remember when the last time I had used it before that was. But yeah, that makes so much sense to me, and that's such an easy way to like support and engage with artists.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. When you're watching a breaker show, that vibe is completely different than when you're watching an art stream, right? The art stream, okay, a breaker, you might have like, I don't know, hundreds of people in there, right?
Yeah.
There'll be hundreds. For an art stream like mine, there might be 8 people in the room. And it's not like boom, boom, boom. I'm sitting here for 2 hours, and you could just
hanging
pop
out
in and out. Yeah, you don't even have to stick around. You could just keep coming back every half hour, see how it's coming.
Right.
And the other thing is, like, if you like it, I'm only at this stage and you do like this and you wanted it, you can pre-bid on it. You can set your bid like eBay,
okay.
right?
Yep.
And you don't even have to be there. You could be like, oh, I got to go to bed, but I'm willing to spend $20 on this or whatever. I'm not saying I would go for $20, but just as an example,
Sure.
then it'll automatically pre-bid for you.
Right.
So for me, I
That's
find
so
that
cool.
really good. Now, the other aspect to me is like just the artistic community itself. We're so cool with each other, you know?
Yeah.
Like we get to hang out and talk. We can do like two people on the same stream, right? Which
Okay.
is also something I've done with breakers. When breakers are breaking, I've been on other people's shows and they're doing like a set and they're breaking it.
Oh, that's
I'm on
fun. And then you'll be
I'm on
drawing.
the cam I'm on the other camera just drawing.
That's
And it's
cool.
just and then they can like auction off the drawing after I'm done, like while people are breaking, It
Yeah.
makes it a little bit more fun and interesting.
Right, right. I love
So
that. Oh man, that is cool. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to get back on and be a part of this. I'm probably missing out on a lot of cool stuff too. So
well, I mean, there are some pretty cool people on there. I mean, and then you can also find new artists, that you haven't ever met. The thing
yeah,
is because we don't have a category, it's hard because
yeah, man, I can't believe they. That's so annoying.
yeah,
That's so
it's
annoying.
gone, but it just means we have to pick what shows. Like there's like an art and print section, so a lot of people to go there, but not me. I go, okay, well, where do I want to go? I want to go where people who want sketch cards are, and you know where that is? That's where the breakers are. I put my shows right in with the breakers, you know,
Ah, okay, very smart.
so I can just hang out in those areas, even though somebody might stumble across it and like, he's not breaking cards. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm drawing cards.
That's cool.
But
And
yeah,
your tag on Whatnot so people can follow you? Is it Duke
oh
Comic Art?
yeah, it's just do comic art.
Cool.
I try to keep it clean that way, right?
Yep.
Easy.
Yep, keeps it simple. Cool. Well, I'll make sure there's links to that anyways in the show notes, but y'all make sure that you're going on and following Duke on all the socials, whatnot, all of that good stuff, and we'll
Nobody
make sure it's
follows
in
me.
there. Yeah, we need to get Duke's follower count up for sure. Well, hey, so coming back to what we were talking about earlier, before you got into like upper deck and tops,
Hmm.
where like was art always something that you were doing? Was that always a hobby of yours that you've had, or is this something that you did later on? Or I'm just curious, like how did you get started?
Well, ever since I was knee high to a grasshopper,
Yeah.
uh, I have always drawn, right? Um, but here's the big thing. Around 2000, I switched to drawing digital, and
Interesting. Okay.
I got really good at drawing digital. A lot of comic book artists are just digital now,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
So I hadn't drawn traditional in forever. So it was like around the time of the pandemic when I just started to like pick up drawing again. And I was like, it sounds like I'm talking about drawing, period, but it's like and actually do something physical. And boy, did I suck. I had lost my ability. Like I was garbage. And like I even post some of it once in a while now. And I mean, people might think it's okay, but it's nothing compared to what I'm producing now, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm so glad that I did decide to switch to traditional because the other thing, like drawing things traditionally again, like this, the other thing I've noticed is ever since AI has come about, all of a sudden the value of my work has gone up. Like people are willing to pay more. Do
Okay.
you find that fascinating?
That is, but I get it. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
The it's almost like the digital art. People are having such an easier time coming by, but it's so much harder to find the real. Well, I don't want to say real, but like the actual original physical medium.
Yeah, something tangible in your hand that's not a
Yep,
print, right? Like,
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
but
that
for
makes
some
sense.
reason, the value, like people are appreciate and want to experience it more. I don't know. Like, I was just so baffled by that. I'm just so glad that I actually made that choice to like,
I am too.
and really, really, it was just mainly because I was like, I want to do something, like physical, like wanted to get my hands involved. I mean, like, granted, when I'm drawing digital, it's still like with a tablet, you're still doing the same things, but
Sure, sure.
it it was a huge learning curve again because I'm like so not used to like drawing and like how mediums work. Like I had to relearn how markers work, or for example,
Yeah.
and a lot of sketch card artists like they use color pencils or they'll do paintings,
Right.
like
Sure.
I just have stuck with markers, and the reason why is because I don't have to worry about mixing paints, and I find color pencils are too slow for me. Like
Okay.
you spend a lot more time, and I have to look at it as a business model, right?
Sure.
I can spend 2 hours on a drawing. If I spend more than 2 hours on a drawing, I'm not making my money back, like
Sure.
it starts to, I don't know, your return on investment. That's the word I was looking for,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the
That
business
makes a
terms.
lot of sense. No, that makes perfect sense. So, was there a certain, like, was drawing for Upper Deck tops, things like that? Was that something that was always on your radar, or is there a specific area that you had always wanted to get into?
I always wanted to draw comics when as a kid, right?
Okay.
But the thing is that I never pushed myself to do it because I guess I'm kind of like, I would look at what page rates were, and I would be like, I would have to give up my entire like month, for example, to do a comic,
Wow.
like an
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
And you'd be working like 7 days a week. You wouldn't have time to do anything else. And I looked at the page rates and I'm like, I can't survive off that.
Mm.
Like, there's no way I could even keep feeding myself,
Ugh.
because it was garbage. I hate to say that again,
No,
but
I mean, that's
um,
the reality of it. I've heard
so
that from others as well.
I would just sit there and go, you know what? I'm just going to draw comics as a hobby, and I'm all right with that. And like, I guess like I first started doing traditional again when I started grabbing like blank sketch covers from the comic book store, right?
Okay.
So I think that's it. But I would love to draw a cover for like Marvel or something like that. I
Yeah.
would,
Yeah.
but nobody's ever reached out to me. Um, and the way that system usually works now, I find, is like you have to have basically a comic book store, right? That's going to is paying for a variant, right? It's not even like Marvel itself or Image or DC. It's actually a comic book store that's creating that variant.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Like they pay X amount of money to have that variant created, and they can pick an artist.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. Okay. Yeah, I had
so
no idea it worked like that.
at least that's the way I've heard from most
Yeah, or
people.
at least might work
But
sometimes that way, or but either
yeah,
way.
I mean, obviously there's going to be variants that are always going to be done by them
Sure.
too, but they're like the big names, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a David Finch, for example,
Sure.
right?
No, that makes sense. Do you lean one way or the other? Where is there, like, was Marvel the one that you wanted to work with, or were there other, I guess, comic books that you'd rather work on, or like were you on a DC or like different indie titles, or
Oh, I wish, but I would know more about DC. I mean, I know enough, but no, Marvel's always been my
Marvel's been
thing.
your thing? How did you get
Yeah.
started with Marvel? Like, how did you get introduced to Marvel? Where'd that come
Um,
from?
my father,
Okay.
my father would read me comic books and do the sound effects when I was a kid. You know,
Nice, nice. That's fun.
you know, he would be like, and do voices and all kinds of stuff like that, right? So it was always something kind of, I don't know. He was just great that way.
That's cool.
And of course, he would buy me the grail that all comic book artists have, which is How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. You know that book? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I don't.
Oh, the grail of all comic book artists is. Oh, I've had the book many times in my life. Most of them have fallen apart, but this one's pretty new.
Oh, wow.
There.
I've seen that. You know, it's funny though. I like that looks familiar to me. So I feel like I've definitely seen this
Yeah,
before.
I mean it's pretty old school, but
That's
it is. This is the meat and bones. I mean, I have tons and tons of books on how to draw comics,
Oh,
but
that's fun.
that one is always the best one. And I
That's
mean,
fun.
even back in the day, if you knew, you could. It's gonna be hard to get this on camera unless I zoom out. But this is the official Marvel tryout book. This is like from like the 60s, I believe.
That's so awesome.
This is how you would get into Marvel or whatever. It's like, do this, do that. But then they created another one in the 90s, which is this is the new one. And then I don't think they've ever done one after that. But these are
Wow.
huge. Like,
I can tell, yeah. Oh man,
I
that's
mean,
too fun. That's so funny you had them right there.
I have all my art books around sitting near me, right?
That's so
Because
cool.
they need to be on hand if I ever need them.
That's cool.
But
Was there
I mean, some of them are, yeah.
was there like a specific book that you remember that like you're really drawn to?
When I was a kid,
Yeah. Yeah.
well, my first book that I ever like, I read a lot of older books from my father and his brother, my uncle. But my very first comic that I bought myself, and I forget the actual issue number. Shame on me. What kind of comic book fan am I? It was the Fantastic Four, and it was drawn by John Byrne, and it had Galactus's hand. and then you had Nova inside, and she was like all on fire, like Nova, the girl character. So the
Okay, yeah, yeah.
female,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I think that, yeah, you're gonna look it up.
Yeah, I was gonna try.
I mean, I still have the comics somewhere, and it's all fallen apart like completely. Like it's got to be like
No
a
kidding.
point
A
two
point.
five
Yeah, I was
grade.
gonna say a 0.5.
Yeah, it's so dead. But
Nova. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try and find it. But that's cool though. Were you, because of that, were you like really drawn into the Fantastic Four storyline, or have you always kind of bounced around? Or
it wasn't the Fantastic Four storyline that got me. It was John Byrne, his artwork. That was
nice.
it.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Is it this one right here?
oh, that's it. That's the
Okay,
book.
hold
My
on.
Galactus Cult.
Let me. I'm gonna switch to a screen share from the video so everyone else can see. That is a really cool book. Hold on.
It's a
Here we
great
go.
cover.
Boom. We'll make this a little bigger so everyone can see. So that is
244?
Fantastic Four. Yeah, 244. 244. That is the one. Let's see. Copy image address.
Outstanding.
Oh no, it's so small. Well,
Oh damn.
we'll zoom
People
in.
know.
Not the best picture of it, but hey, there it is.
Yeah, but yeah, it was, definitely something that, so because he was so good, like his art, I was kind of following his art. So he was probably my first draw, which meant that I jumped over to something like X-Men, right? Because he was doing X-Men.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, which kind of I kind of got stuck with. That's where I kind of landed with comics and collecting for the longest time, was X-Men.
Now you said Doom was your favorite character. How did that come to be?
He is my favorite character, but X-Men was my, like, in the 80s, late 80s, 90s. That was like my big collection kind of time. I mean, when Mark Silvestri was doing it, when Jim Lee started doing it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was just gonna say, even like the annuals, like Art Adams did this great Thor crossover kind of with the X-Men and the New Mutants, Asgardian Wars, and the artwork was so beautiful. I was just so drawn to it. Like, that really got me.
That's cool.
But
So with Doom, what drew you into Doom as a character?
well, I think what draws me into it is like the fact that Doom he's as smart as Richards, right? He's got great tech like Iron Man. He's magically inclined like Doctor Strange or Scarlet Witch. He just got it all.
He's got everything. Yeah. That's a good way to sum it up. Do you collect a lot of Doom stuff? Like, because I heard a couple times now you reference collecting. I'm kind of curious what you collect, or if you collect Doom, or.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty bad. I don't really collect anything.
Can't be bad at collecting, because there's no right or wrong way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't collect anything. Like, I do have like my pull list of books, but I like to bounce around, right? Like, I go all over the place and see whatever is gonna take me where, I don't know. I like to have different kind of journeys, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I like a huge Daredevil collection, for example.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's also, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of the best way to say this. I like going back to like the older comics a lot of times. Does that make sense? Like, to the older storylines, but not so far back that were like cheesy dialogue.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, if you look at something like Kraven's Last Hunt from Spider-Man,
okay,
like when it crossed over the 3 books, like, I don't know if people are familiar with that, but they should be. That story, when that came out and Spider-Man had died and we all thought he was dead, he was gone. He was not in the issues for many weeks or months, I should say, right? It was such a strong and powerful story, and I always look for stories like that. I stopped collecting comic books around sometime in the 90s because I felt everything kind of got really cheesy.
Sure.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I started collecting comics again, and the crazy thing is, when I did, the book that started me back, I picked up a new Captain America series, and that was when Winter Soldier was created. And why it's crazy is because, as a Canadian, Captain America is kind of like a turnoff. It kind of is. Like, I value Captain America as a character. I value everything about him, but it's kind of like, it's like in your face.
Yeah, I get that.
Flag, So it was really strange that was the book I decided to pick up, that got me back into collecting.
That is funny.
But that was such an amazing storyline as well, right? It just blew my mind. And I was like, oh, I need good quality stories again. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I stopped caring about art, you know, it was always about stories after that.
That's
But
cool. Is the collection mostly comic books, or do you also collect art and other things as well?
I do collect art, but here's the art that I collect: other small artists like me.
I love that.
Nothing big, you know? It's more like I wanna do it because I wanna support them or
Support
something I
others.
like that they've done. And, like, one of the things I kind of was thinking of, because I don't collect cards, right? But I draw for them.
Right.
But if
Right.
I ever started doing, you know how people have, like a character collector, right?
Yes.
So, like Scarlet Witch, for example. My thought was, what if I started collecting a universe? It's like I need one Mr. Fantastic, I need one Spider-Man, one Wolverine, and just
Okay.
get different artists, for
Yeah.
each character. And it's almost like you get your own like kind of handbook.
Yeah. You build your own little team.
Yeah. So that's something I've been debating about, and I would kind of want to get other, artists that are like me that I want to support. But I mean, they could be official cards too, right?
Sure.
But
Sure.
but who
Yeah.
knows? I don't know. Because I have so many questions about the hobby because I knew nothing about it when I started drawing, right? And I'm still trying to understand it. Like I don't
You're like,
understand.
these people are so weird.
I still I don't understand. It's like, oh, they get excited during a break. Look at that super refractor. I'm like, what? What am I looking at? Isn't that the same card that you just pulled a minute ago? I don't understand. Please explain it to me.
Yeah, I struggle with the same thing sometimes.
So I'm like, I want to understand. I do. I really do. But yeah.
That's
So
too funny.
but that's my big thing, right? Like I'm like, I want to understand the hobby, but I'm also somebody that would never, like, my personality type, I would never get into that. Like I would never be like, I'm gonna buy 12 of the same card that are just different color borders, right? That does not that does not get me. That's what made me leave comic books in the 90s, was like gimmick covers and stuff like that. Like, oh, this one's got foil on it or whatever. It's like I don't care about the foil.
Yeah, and now, man, like God, some of the comics that come out now are so many variants that drop for it. It's like, oh my gosh. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's cool because you get a variety of art, but then it's sometimes it's just too much.
There is too much sometimes, but I do love the fact that there are variant covers because of the fact that it really is about different artwork and not different gimmicks. Like I don't care if one is got a title on it and it's the other one's virgin,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It's more about this is, a very cool drawing of, I don't know, magic,
Sure. Sure.
or something. And it's just like, yeah, and I would probably collect something like that if it was like something I really wanted. Like, but usually I'll just collect a cover only because of the artist, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But mainly I want story, so I'm not too worried about the covers.
With the books that you do have, do you get into grading or displaying them or any way, or do they get stored on a bookshelf, or just curious?
They get put into boxes or a bookshelf, and this is what happens pretty much every 2 years. What I will do is I'll go through the books, and the bulk of them are all going out, and I will take them and I'll bring them to a hospital, and I'll
Okay.
just drop them off to like a sick kids ward or something,
That's
right?
awesome.
Now I'm saying that, but I really haven't done that in about a decade. I used to do it all the time.
That's okay.
I haven't gotten around to it. So that altruistic is kind of hogwash. But anyways, but that's what I'd like to do, because then I can
Yeah.
replace them with trades, later on if I love the story so much. Because I'm more about just keeping the story. I'm not worried about collecting anything for value, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Otherwise, I would just keep all my own artwork and I wouldn't sell it.
Exactly. No, that's cool. That's actually a really that's really cool. That's now that you said that, I'm like, man, I should probably, once I get some comic books built up that I really don't need anymore, because I'll go out, and lately I've been buying anything that ties into Scarlet Witch's current storyline
Yeah.
within the modern
Hmm.
books, but I read them and then I'm kind of just done with them. Like they're just sitting. So once I amass them, that's a great idea. I might do that too.
Yeah. I just figure, to me, it was like, I know that they're going to a good place.
Sure.
I'm maybe helping new readers come about. But I always have to check them too, because comics, depending, like you're pretty safe with Marvel or DC, but there can be things that are too dark, right? You have to careful.
Right.
You can't sit there and go, "Oh, absolute Batman." I'm gonna
Right.
drop that off. Like it might not.
It has to
Might
be
not be.
somewhat appropriate.
Yeah. Back to that comic code authority kind of thing. But yeah.
Well, hey, I want
So
to showcase just kind of your website here and some of
okay.
the things that you've got on. I just
Good luck.
pulled it up. Well, dude, it's a super clean site. I was checking it out earlier. If you all want to check this out, it's just duke.gallery, right?
Yeah.
That's all you need
I
to
want-
do to put it in. But you can see examples of your artwork, all the amazing things you do. I was looking at just, well, just these
Oh,
are
I
so
started.
amazing, man.
Yeah, I'm starting to try and put all the sets together, but I lost track. I forgot that I was doing that.
Dude, this is so good. The Scarlet and Doctor
Yeah.
Strange, man. Oh my gosh, you crushed it, dude.
Is that one even found? I can't even remember.
I have no idea. I'll never
That's in
be
the
able to
X-Men.
afford it, but
I can tell you if that's the X-Men run, right?
I think.
And there, I mean, it's kind of a good indication, because if somebody hasn't reached
No,
out
it's
to me,
Topps Marvel Mint, I think.
Marvel Mint, okay,
Yeah.
and I just found the envelope for that. Ready? I'm gonna look right now, see if that card is, if I still have the sketch.
Here we go.
Daredevil and Black Widow, Ghost Rider and Moon Knight, Silver Surfer. You know what? I still have it.
Wow.
That
Hasn't
means
been
it
pulled.
probably is still out there.
Wow. Man, you're going to make me go buy some packs of Marvel Mint here soon.
So yeah, it's like I can kind of have an idea that these cards haven't been pulled because I still have them, but that doesn't mean anything, right? Because somebody might not even say anything, right?
Sure.
Or they might not even be online, even some of these people, right?
Sure.
You never know.
Man, and this Gambit and Rogue just...
That one was just pulled like last week, wasn't it? I think.
Was it? I don't
Pretty
know.
sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoever got that, very lucky. But yeah, you can see, and obviously you do some other work too. We've got Ultraman on here.
Oh yeah, those were really quick.
They look great. And then you got Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I got Scooby-Doo. That was like, I took that mainly because I knew Topps was getting the Marvel license, right? And I wanted to keep doing stuff for Upper Deck.
Yeah.
Because there was no for sure thing that they were getting DC, right? So when they offered Scooby-Doo, I was like, sure, I'll do it.
That's awesome.
And then they started doing what you call it, the actual DC sets, and I'm like, they never called me.
Oh no.
I didn't get to do any, but I can safely say that yes, I have done a DC set now.
Nice. That was going to be my next question.
I have done one, and it's a brilliant set. It's so awesome, but we probably won't see it for
sometime.
A year. But I'm saying it is so cool. I think people will love this set. Like, it was such a great idea to do it. But yeah,
and
that's
then
a sad thing.
Winnie the Pooh set. This is from, I think, is it Masterpieces? Is that the name?
Yeah, Masterpiece cards. Oh my god, I wish I could show you, because I just sent them off. The Masterpiece cards, those ones I did really quick. Those Winnie the Pooh and the Haunted Mansion, haunted house thing. Like they literally were done like maybe like 45 minutes each, right? Because they're just kind of spoofs and they're just fun.
Yeah.
But I just did a set for them, and
Okay.
I can't say, but
oh wow,
I put in a lot of effort into it.
Okay.
It is not your typical kind of thing. It's not like Marvel or DC, but what I think I did such a great job with it. I'm like so happy I did it.
Oh
And
man, I'm excited for that now.
show it.
Yes.
But I know they're fast, right? Like when I send something out to them, it's usually going to be like a month, and then it'll be out. So I'll be showing this probably next month.
Sweet.
But it was just something so different, and I was so happy to do it. But yeah, I think I think people are going to like it, and I think it'll help sell this indie kind of card company, like the artwork that I've done for it. I think it might get people to collect.
Yeah, I've been somewhat interested, and I had saw that you had started working with them, and I believe this haunted house is also them, right?
Yeah, I only did that like what, 4 cards or something for it.
I really like this one though. I'm a big Disney fan, so you throw Mickey on something, I get excited. And but But yeah, this one, I really like this card here. That is really neat. It's just a
The
unique
Exorcist
approach to
version.
it. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty fun. But no, that's exciting, man. I definitely will need to look into that and to possibly participating in that set.
Yeah, I will let you know when it comes out
Please
for
do.
sure.
Please do. Oh,
Well,
hey, look,
actually,
it's the. Oh no. Well, we'll let it slide through. I saw the saber tooth that you were referencing
oh
earlier.
yeah. So yeah, for example, that one hasn't been found, right?
Yep.
As far
Wow.
as I know. But I mean, there's so many sets with things that may not be around, like have not been found. But I will find out
Yeah.
eventually someday.
Yeah, check that out. Our buddy Graydon, Last Pack Magic, is a huge saber tooth collector. So
Oh yeah.
yes, massive saber tooth collector. He's also in Canada too. I have no idea how
Well,
close he is to you or not, but yeah,
we can avoid the de minimis fees and
that's right.
all
That's
that kind
right.
of stuff.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because
Uh,
that has been a pain. That was something I was worried about. If I like with whatnot, if I would start to lose people buying my stuff because it does cost them more now, right?
yeah.
Like somebody wants to buy something from me, it's like I have no control over this. As soon as it gets across the border, all of a sudden it's like way more expensive. It's like you
Yep.
guys have to spend
Stinks.
like too much money on something that doesn't. I don't know. I feel bad about it, but what am I supposed to do? I can't
Yeah,
control it.
it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, and then just looking through some of your sketch covers, man. Oh my gosh, these are just so nice
Oh
and
yeah.
detailed. When I was looking through them earlier though, I was so drawn to this ghost spider. Just
Oh,
wow.
I can tell you a
Wow.
story about that. That's kind
Yeah,
of
please
fun.
do.
Actually, no, it's kind of
Oh,
sad.
okay. Well,
I
hey.
was It's fun but sad. Okay,
Fun but sad. Let's
so
do it.
I did, that was for every month I do a whatnot theme show and I pick a topic and I'll do artwork for it, right? And that month was Spider Gwen. The one that's coming up is TMNT, for example.
Okay.
But anyways, there was a signing at my local comic book shop for the release of Skinbreaker. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay. Skinbreaker is, Kirkman, Walking Dead, Invincible.
Yes.
Him and David Finch have been working on this comic book for something like 7 years, and
Okay.
they finished it, and now they're releasing it, right? But it was
Cool.
like
Okay.
7 years in the making, kind of
Wow.
thing.
Okay.
So David Finch was at the local comic book shop signing, and I bought a Skinbreaker blank to get signed, and I asked him to sign it on the back, which was confusing because he's like, why would you want it signed on the back, kind of thing, right? And I'd be like, because I'm going to be drawing on it, and I don't want people to mistake, like they shouldn't mistake our artwork styles, but
Sure, sure.
I don't want anybody crying foul and thinking that I'm claiming that this is a David Finch artwork
Sure.
on it, right? But in my box that I brought, just to protect things, like those black boxes, I don't know what they're called, but they can hold like comics in it that with a magnet or whatever. But anyways, in my box I had that comic, so I took it out to show him as an example of what I was going to do with his comic. And he was just staring at it and staring at it. And he fell in love with it. He's like the colors, and we were just talking about art for so long. It was like, so it was so great, because
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't wait to finish, his and actually show it to him. But here's the sad part. And I'm sorry, gang, this might be too personal, but that same day, his son died,
Oh my God.
passed away.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
And so I was like really eager to get home and start drawing it and send him like, this is what I can do, kind of thing. But
Oh
then I was like, oh,
jeez.
I'm gonna not do this right now and not interrupt him in this
Sure.
important time. But I
Sure.
was like that's kind of sad that was like, holy,
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's
anyway,
terrible.
that was the sad part. I will cease with the sadness.
Okay. Well, certainly, heart goes out to him and his family. That's terrible. But
Yes. Oh,
yeah, man, you really knocked this cover out. I mean, they all look great, but as I was scrolling, I kind of kept coming back to that cover, and I was just like, wow, that is something else, man.
so yeah, one of the things I've been aiming for with like when I'm doing the cards, when I'm doing these covers now, is I really want to try to evoke a sense of mood, right? Like I'm trying beyond just like a story or portrait. I want to work with the lighting and get some kind of mood going on. Like even here, I think you're starting to see like something.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. I've been so in tune to the site and talking. I just took a look back at your sketch card and just, Whoa. It came to life.
Yeah, it's getting there. I mean, there's a lot still to go, but
That is so cool, man. That is so cool. Well, hey, I do have some questions lined up from our listeners if you want to get into some of those.
oh my, oh my. I'm gonna be found out I'm a fraud.
Here we go.
Lumpkin's letters.
All right. So I've got a few here and they're across different chats. So I'm just pulling them all up. But one question comes from our friend Jordan. He said he's got a fun question for you. So we'll kick it off with something a little goofy. He says, if you could not use your hands to do art, would you rather use your feet or your mouth?
Oh, I think I'd have to go with mouth.
Mouth. Okay.
Definitely have to go with mouth.
He did have a more serious question. He wants to know what the most unique commission that someone asked you to do was.
Oh, this one's easy. Someone asked me, because this is what their PC that they collect is toasters.
What?
Toasters. So they wanted me. So I on 11 by 17, I drew a toaster, and I brought it back to make it interesting and fun, because like these are all like they have to be fun and unique in a sense too. So what I did was if long ago when Star Wars first came out, we're talking this first one, there was a parody film, and it was called Hardware Wars. And probably not many people have seen Hardware Wars, but you could probably YouTube it and it will exist and you can watch it. It's probably like 10 minutes long or something. And it was all like there, an iron was like an imperial ship, and stuff like that. Okay. So that's what I did. I did a toaster and I used an iron as like this thing is like, and I drew like lasers,
oh my
coming out of them. Like they're two spaceships.
I need to see this.
But it's kind of funny. But yeah,
that so there you fun. Go. Okay.
That is the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I'd imagine that was quite easy to think of. Jordan had one last question for you. He wanted to know, what is a character that you would like to do that no one has ever asked you to do, if any?
Ooh, does it have to be Marvel, or can I go outside of Marvel?
You can go outside of Marvel.
The Crow.
Crow. Okay, very cool.
How's that?
Well, you hear that? If y'all need the Crow done. Duke's waiting. Cool stuff.
There's a personal reason for that. I'm going to expand on it. Okay.
Yeah, please.
So I believe it might have been 1989. I went to my very first con, which was really very small. It was like 2 rooms. And we're talking small rooms, like at like a hotel or something.
Okay.
And the creator of the Crow was Jay Obar, right? And his first issue of the Crow had just come out at that time, and I got to sit and talk with him for a long time. And he actually gifted me the very first issue, and he like wrote it and all this stuff. And again, sadly, because I didn't think of anything about like that, it's probably got like a 2 grade quality because I've read it so many times. And but the fact is that, I got to sit there and it actually became something. Like it became films, it grew. It's kind of inspiring to me. That's why I would like to do the Crow.
Oh yeah, that's fun. Oh, that's really cool.
Okay, so fire away.
Okay, we've got a question from our friend Raj, and he said, what is your favorite medium to work with?
I'd have to say marker.
Now, is there a specific type of marker that you like to use?
Alcohol-based is fine. I'm not a brand kind of person. Like the 2 big ones that us comic book artists kind of people use is Ohu and Copic. Copic is probably more popular.
I've heard of them.
But they're more expensive. So for example, like right now, if I wanted to buy a Copic marker, I think it's around $12 per marker, right? So I use Ohu because they're a little bit cheaper. It's more like $8 a marker right now. And they're both the same quality. The only thing is I will give the win to Copic markers because their tips are a little better and more durable. But that is the skinny of it. Just so you know, I probably have about $4,000 worth of markers sitting over here. Like, I don't even know if I can do this, but let's see.
Oh my gosh.
And there's even more, but
that was going to be my next question. I was like, I need to ask a dumb question, but like, how many markers do you have? or do you need?
Yeah, I have no idea, but I just keep getting them and whenever I can because they run out quick. They get damaged easily, and I need them. And in order to pull things off, you need a lot of colors, right? Like I will sit there and make tons of color charts, and
Wow,
have to keep making them and making them because like markers die
that's
or I have to
crazy.
replace them. But yeah, so there you go.
That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, clearly, especially on that scale, $8 to $12 is a massive difference.
Yeah, they're expensive. I mean, they might be a little cheaper in the States. I don't know.
I have no idea. My artistic talent is in the negatives when it comes to drawing. I am not the best. I actually used to draw as like a kid a little bit, and then but yeah,
So
not
get
very
to
good
it.
at it. I don't know. I'll leave it to people like you and just enjoy from afar and admire your work. We do have two more questions. The next one comes from Anime Addict 04. They say, "What is your favorite character to draw?"
Okay, I don't really have a favorite character, to be honest, to
Okay.
draw. And the thing is like my cheap answer would be, usually it's like one that I haven't had a chance to draw often, or but I can easily say that the most requested character is Spider-Man,
Not
as I'm
surprising.
drawing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I've had to draw Spider-Man more than anything, but that would be where I would put it. But yeah, I don't really have a favorite. That's a sad thing. I mean, I wish I did, but it's just more about like it's a fresh take. It's like, for example, I haven't drawn like Modoc ever, right?
Okay.
And I'd be like, oh, I'm drawing Modoc today. That's something different. How can I make Modoc look cinematic? Or that's my term, is like making something look cinematic in
Yeah.
terms of art,
Yeah.
right?
Whew.
How can I pull that off? Without making them look goofy and cheesy.
Sure.
You know,
Sure. That makes sense. That makes sense.
and
Okay. Oh, no, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was
Cut
just
you
gonna
off.
say, like, my main thing that I always kind of do too is like when I'm drawing a card, I always think of just one simple thing in my head while I'm doing it. If I pull this out of a pack, would I love it and just go, wow, I am keeping this. This is the best thing ever. Like something like that. That's what I always try and keep in my mind when I'm doing them. Is that so?
Well, I would already think that right now of the Spider-Man that you're drawing. This is coming out amazing, man.
Sensational.
Yeah, it is looking great. It is looking great. And I do have one more question for you. This comes from our friend Justin, Mr. Spidey Hits. And
Oh, Justin.
yep. And he says, "How do you think collectors should value pack inserted sketches versus other chase cards?"
Oh, you mean like the super refractor?
Yes.
I know exactly what you mean now. Okay, I am very biased, right? Because to me, it's always going to be about the artwork, right?
Yeah.
And I just think, whatever. I think that the sketches should always be the top of the list. And in fact, I know that Tops did this recently. They did Frank Miller did some sketch cards,
Yes.
but get somebody like, and I'll use David Finch again because I'm sorry, I just have to. He's a great guy. He's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. But if you paid him a decent amount of money to do some real sketch cards like this,
Yeah.
the value of someone actually pulling something like that, like it would be like a dream come true, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I always would have to say the artwork should be first.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly really feel that as much as I don't know that collectors will like me to say this, I really don't. I think that sketches are really, for a long time, a lot of them are undervalued. I mean, you can get so many of them for such a low price. And every sketch card is a piece of original art. It's a one-of-one piece of original art. I think they're the coolest thing in the world. I'm not necessarily complaining that I can pick them up, but I really do think that the value should be with them. So I definitely am with you on that.
Agreed.
Cool. Well, that was all of our listener questions. Speaking
That's
of
it.
that, yeah, that was a lot. I don't usually actually get that many, so that's a good sign. People were excited for you.
Well, I'm glad.
I did though want to, especially because I know you're still working on that sketch, and I really want to continue seeing how it comes out. And I did not
Right.
go over this in the news, so hey, we'll start closing out the episode with this, and then we'll circle back to any last things you want to chat about. I did want to just mention OAX. I talk about OAX a lot on the show. If you are unfamiliar, this is the original art expo. It takes place in Florida, and it will be the end of this coming February. I will be there. A lot of collectors and amazing, amazing artists will also be there. And they announced some new artists that are doing commissions. So I just wanted to go through the commission list as far as who has been announced and some that you may be able to pick up. So I'm going to pull that up here. Let me share my screen.
I love OAX.
And are you going to be there? You're not going to be there, are you?
No, I don't want to be iced.
You Yeah, that's not a bad reason. Yeah.
I will tell you something after you're done this.
Okay.
Just remind me to circle back.
Okay, we'll circle back. You got me excited though, because I was like, wait, are you coming? Because that would be amazing. So let's see what we've got. If you want to find out more about it, their website is oax.art. And they have a list of all their artists, but then if you go to pre-OAX, they have a list of everyone still taking commissions. So they announced Mannix. So if you want a Mannix, it looks like he still has plenty of availability. Sketch cards starting at only $100. Really not bad at all. And just that very unique Mannix style. I don't have anything from him yet, but he's on my list. He's on my list of artists that I would like to one day get something from. But he's got plenty availability, it looks like. Arthur Adams, Jay Anacleto are sold out. Bianchi still has some left, but he's almost gone. They announced PJ. And man, Duke, I have really spent too much money already on commissions. I think, overexerted myself a little bit on how many I'm picking up, but there's just so many amazing artists that I want to get work from. And then PJ's went up and I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm still debating if he's up for another few weeks, I may end up snagging a PJ, but dude, his work is just phenomenal. And you can get a sketch card starting at $200. Just excellent work. And if you want to go for something a little bigger, he also has 9x12s and 11x17s. And then I believe his premium one is the 11x17 cover quality, which those Ninja Turtles that's fire. That's so cool. Awesome. Who else? I believe there was a few others that popped up, and I'm sorry if I'm forgetting anyone. Now, Vanessa Del Rey, I did put in a request. I'm fingers crossed that my commission will get accepted. I don't know if it will, but she actually worked on some of the Scarlet Witch books.
There you go.
So that's exciting. Anytime I see an artist that worked on her solo runs or Vision and Scarlet Witch, I try my best to pick up a commission from them for my collection. So we will see if I get selected for one of her commissions, but that's fun. Who else? I'm trying to think since the last time I've talked about it. David Finch, unfortunately, sold out, but he did have some on there. Eric Grove, unfortunately, also sold out.
He's like the protege.
Yeah.
Or the new protege. Mm-hmm.
You've got Palumbo. He still has a little bit left. Panko still has a little bit left. Oh, Dimitri. So Dimitri went live this past week. So he still has availability up there. And this is a Marvel Masterpieces artist that you can get a sketch card from for $250. We were all talking about it, and I was like, man, that honestly is a really good price to get an original piece of art by Dimitri. And then obviously the more... That is a pencil, and then it goes up from there. Funny enough, if you want a symbiote, he gives a nice discount. So I guess he likes doing the symbiotes. But he went live along with Bella, who Bella sold out in, I think, like 10 minutes. She sold out of her commissions. Bella so much. Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited. I don't know if I've said this already, but if not, I guess say for the first time, I am picking up something from Bella at OAX. What she does is she has some Unbound cards, and she will paint the back of them white and do a commission on the Unbound card from her own set. So
that's such a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I picked up one of those. I'm very excited for that. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else who got announced. It's hard. It's so hard to remember. Oh, Kayla Valerio. She went up. She's wonderful. Harvey Talibao. And I think that's all the new people. Or, Miko Soyan may also have just went up as well. I mean, the prices too, again, original art starting at $150, and just look at the level of quality here. For inks, $150, colored $200, and just wow, great work. So anyways, just a little update on OAX. If you are on the fence on whether or not you should go, I would definitely encourage you to. It's a really fun time. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be my first one, so I'm talking as if I know what it's like. But I watched a lot of content last year, and a lot of my friends went and just raving reviews. So decided that we had to make the plunge. So if you are going, let me know. I'd love to meet up and chat with you. It's going to be a great time. But Duke, how this thing is coming along? Great, man. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Okay, before you deter away from OAX though.
Yes.
So I was thinking, because I've also been hearing a lot about it, right? And then I was thinking about conventions and such. And the big thing is like for Canadians, I don't know how Finch does it, but I mean he's a superstar. But by the way, I do mention him a lot, but he does live like 10 minutes from me.
No kidding.
Yeah, but since he's going. But what I was gonna say is like in order for Canadians to go to a convention, we have to have a working visa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have to actually have a visa to do a convention.
Right.
And if you don't, like you run the risk of like being banned from ever entering the United States.
Yeah.
So like I don't have the resources to do something like that myself. So I don't want to risk, being alienated that way.
Of course.
That's why I don't do them. I'm very curious though, because I'm, as I said, my experiences with cons is like been atrocious. I've lost money every time I've done them, like with hotel or whatever, and like just the fees alone. I'm curious if it's different like in the United States, if it makes it worth it, lucrative. But one of the things I thought of, like, because I was listening to, I forget, somebody was doing a show and they talked about OAX. Forget who it was, because I do watch you guys, just so you know. I do watch all of you all the time.
That's so cool.
Trying to understand what a super refractor is still. But anyways, my thoughts was like, how hard would it be like for something like OAX for them to just grab like a TV, hook it up to the internet, and somebody like me just go live from there, ship out the art or whatever that's already there, and just be able to interact with people just online.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
It's like,
That
how
would be kind of
different is it from
genius.
this?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you don't actually have to be physically there. It would be great if you could,
Right.
but and like you could ship out even like prints or whatever else you were selling,
Huh.
just hire somebody or whatever that's going to sit there
Right.
and work
Just on your
booth for
behalf.
you,
Yeah. Right. Right.
your
Right.
table.
Right. Huh.
But
Yeah.
then,
Well, I don't know. I had never even put any thought into something like that. That's a really good idea, though.
So, anyways, yeah, that was my thoughts.
That is a really good idea. Huh. Yeah, you should look into that, man. That's because that would be an awesome way to get at least some sort of presence there.
Yeah, but I'm more thinking about maybe next year I'll figure out how things are going. We'll take the
Man,
temperature.
I would be so happy if you decided to come down. That would be so fun.
But my thing is like, I'd love to do something like that, but it's like I have no original art to give to anyone, to even sell, because it always sells out.
Right, right.
And it's like I have 90 something people on my commissions list. I can't even take any more commissions.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it.
Yeah. Huh.
But I do want to. I want to be a part of it,
And I know because you're mentioning about how the cons are different. Like I have no idea how they would be, how like what cons are like in Canada. I do know from what I've seen about OEX, because I can't talk about it firsthand yet, but from what I've seen, I've gone to quite a few cons here in the States, different ones, Comic Cons, Galaxy Cons, one's focused just on anime. OAX seems to be wildly different from the majority of the cons that I've went to. And from the feedback that I've heard from artists, it seems like they really prefer OAX over most of these other conventions. And it seems like there is just this much greater sense of community. And it's also a community that of like us, like people like me, who we really want to support you. Like we want to support the artists. And it's kind of just this beautiful thing that comes together at OAX, where it's not a lot of the conventions have started to feel the same in the States. And I don't know if it's like that in Canada, but it's kind of like no matter what one I go to now, all the vendors, it's just going to be all the same people. And most of them are just going to be selling a bunch of crap they screen printed or, some cheap thing that they shipped over, and just these like same little trinkets, and most of them are cheap and they'll break within a few months, and they just have your favorite character's picture on it and whatever. But OAX, man, it just seems to be wildly different than that. It's all quality. It's all about community. It's all about the artist. And yeah.
Cons have lost that because they've gone more like, this is this TV actor or this movie star, or this wrestler. you know,
Exactly.
and it's like I joke when I was doing cons too, and I hate to do this, but it's just like, oh, there's a cosplayer coming up to my table. I know they're not buying something. And it's like I love them for being at the show, but I know they're not buying anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not buying anything from me. That is, they'll buy like a pin or a sticker somewhere from somebody, but and it like if they're dressed as a Scarlet Witch, then they'll probably buy like a Scarlet Witch pin or a sticker, but they're not buying an original piece of art,
Right.
But yeah, it is. That's why I really am keen about OAX, and I would love to check it out and be part of that someday.
It seems like it's they found this nice little niche where there's a need
Yeah.
for the artist and the collector, consumer, however you want to refer to their side as, but it seems like there's a need on both sides, right? And OAX is just kind of bridging that gap, right? And then like, hey, let's all come together then. And like, especially there's so many people that I talk to online all the time that I don't get to see or hang out with. And now there's kind of like this place where, hey, once a year we can all go hang out, meet and do whatever. So I think it fills a much needed void that was in the collecting space when we're all virtual and we all have these common goals. It kind of brings us all together. And then just the things that happen there, like I hear about the trading and just the different pieces you get to see. It just, all of it just seems great. So I'm very excited.
Yeah. I'm so jealous.
Well,
and again, I'm also
day.
terrified too, though, because I'm an introvert. I don't want to have panic attacks.
Oh, trust me. I'm going to need my quiet time afterwards. My wife and I will be heading back to the room and I'll need some nice quiet time just to hang out, recharge and, be ready to do it again. But, but wow, man, I've been admiring the Spider-Man while we've been chatting and dude, it is looking so great. And I love how you have that lighting coming in. You can see just from the sides of his head. Oh my, like, it looks real. It's like he's jumping out of the card.
Well, that's the whole point. I mean, well, not the whole point, but I try to, and a lot of this is now coming second nature. I'm getting more and more accustomed to doing it because I've done it so many times now, but it was trial and error for a lot of things, to learn how to do this, to make it look awesome. I would say. I'm not saying that mine's awesome.
No, it is. Yeah, no, you can confidently say it is awesome.
I would like to say more like again, something somebody would be proud to have,
Yeah.
And that's always my goal.
Someone will be very lucky to have that one. That is for sure. So, hey, is there anything that we haven't hit yet that you wanted to talk about?
Yes. What is a super refractor?
I need the meme, the meme when it's like, I'm going to tell my kids this is who NSYNC was. And it's always like some stupid picture. I need to start sending you things. I'm like, hey, Duke, this is what a super refractor is.
Exactly.
It's going to be like a banana, something random.
It would be awesome. But no, I think we're pretty good in the sense. I mean, if there was anybody else who had questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Right. And I will try my best to, respond. Actually, you know what? You could probably just put at Duke Comic Art and it will probably come up in like whenever I hit YouTube, it'll be like, oh, somebody
it'll tag you.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you do have questions or anything like that, then I can easily get to that because my friend, I think we have finished.
It's done. Here we go.
I think so. I think, what do you think?
Gosh. All right. Hold on. Let's get you big here. Wow.
Yeah, was it focus?
It's a little there it's coming in. There. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Wow.
Does that work?
It is it's amazing.
Oh,
and
I forgot to do it.
Dude, look at the eyes. It's so cool.
I know, but I forgot to do a spider emblem. But I can do that later.
Yeah. that's okay. If you had never said that, I would have never noticed.
Yeah. But sometimes I do. I'll forget something completely. It's like, oh no, I completely forgot Thor's hammer in that drawing or something,
That's so, man, that is awesome. That is awesome.
And I probably might put some white down here too, I think, now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, it's pretty close to being done, we'll say.
Wow. Dude, someone is going to be very, very happy with that. I certainly would be.
It might not sell and I can keep it forever.
Yeah. And you said this is the one that's going up tomorrow, November 9th?
Yeah, tomorrow at 7 p.m. is when I'll be on.
November 9th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm setting a thing on my calendar. I am going to do my best to be there.
All
If
right.
I'm not going to be there, I may be setting some pre-bits.
I swear I've seen you on there though.
I may have. I truly rarely am ever on Whatnot. I really am almost never on there. So I need to, but I clearly need to start getting on there more. But hey, please support Duke. Hop on the show. Follow him on Instagram. Let's get that follower count up. Share the things, all the things. Now okay, so are these 3 all going up?
Yeah, those 3
Oh,
will go
get
up
out. The
and
silk's
cover.
gonna go up?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in
I'll
trouble.
auction them all tomorrow, right?
My poor wallet. Okay. All right. I lied. If you're listening to this, do not attend Duke's
There you
show. It will just be me bidding against myself.
You'll be surprised. It's be like, why aren't there more people here? Why is there only 8 people in this room?
Well, we'll certainly be sharing it. Hopefully we can fill it up. And yeah, that's incredible. This is going to be fun. Duke, so we're going to follow you. We're going to go on Whatnot. What other ways can we support you? Is there anything else that we can do?
I don't really know. To be honest, I'm trying to think. Support me. I know. Just be nice to me. No, actually, okay. I will tell one quick thing.
Okay.
That this is the first time that I've ever experienced this. So I posted that Rogan Gambit card that you were looking at earlier.
Yeah.
They were kind of like in a Mardi Gras kind of setting.
Yep.
In the background. It's just hinted at. And somebody pulled it like a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago. So I got the clip of it and I put it on my social media. And this is the very first time I've had hate comments.
What?
Somebody started trolling me.
Oh no!
Over the video.
Why?
And I couldn't understand it. I was trying to understand them, and I'll explain why I can't really give you details in a second, though. But it was like I was trying to understand what they were coming from, and finally I did. It's basically their thought was I am promoting my own art and acting like I pulled it, and that I'm not a real artist. And I was like, what? But basically all their answers were like, STFU and stupid memes, like, and just vile, disgusting. Like, and I was trying to reach them in an understanding of like, I don't understand where this is coming from. And like, when I finally understood that he thought that I was the breaker claiming it was my art or something, and, or something, or something along those lines, but I couldn't reach them. And I felt bad that, they couldn't understand and get on the right level and apologize for their actions, or at least, but somebody must have reported them because everything was wiped clean. Even my comments back. Like I thought maybe they blocked me, but then I'd be like, but why are my comments in this thread gone too?
Right.
But yeah,
They
I think
probably
somebody
got
reported them.
Yeah. That's a shame.
So I don't know. Anyways, that I'm going off on a weird tangent at the end. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Super refractor.
Yeah. Super. That was really what happened, is you pulled the super refractor and they were jealous.
But all good.
Well, be nice on the internet, right?
Be polite. That's all.
That's right. Well, I think if you don't have any haters, that also may mean you're doing something wrong. So maybe that just means that you're doing the right things.
I'm just under the radar still.
That's right. Well, dude, it has been an honor to have you on the show. Seriously, I was so excited when you agreed to come on. So thank you. This has been really fun, and I appreciate you sharing all this about your career and art and drawing live on the show. How freaking cool is that?
Yeah. I'll just go up one more time. There you go. One last time. Even though I probably will do a little things. And yes, my fingers and are always like stained.
It's just permanent.
I'm stained with ink all the time. But
cool deal, man. Well, again, I'm going to have all of your links and things to support you in the description for this show. So everyone, if you are still listening, please go show Duke some love, and please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, all those things. That really helps my show and helps the show grow. I also am going to announce that, gosh, what is the schedule? I don't even remember the schedule. Don't hold me to this. It might be next week or it might be the week after. But this month, I will also have Jay Paternitz on the show, who is another Marvel artist. And
there you go.
Very excited that 1 month we're getting 2 artists on the show. Super exciting. So I will have more details on that. in the days to come. You can stay tuned and all the things going on with the podcast on Instagram at Across the Marvelverse. Duke, any last things you wanted to say before I close this out?
Make mine marble. Excelsior.
Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.